Good morning, all people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Like, honestly, I'm just waking up. I said, let me come and talk to you. So, great news. Hilda Bassi has actually broken the world record for the longest individual cooking. Basically, she's won the cookathon for Guinness Book of World Records. And it's been a lovely experience watching her do that. But it's also been very inspiring for me as an individual. And the fact that I'm like, oh, a Nigerian did this. Lovely. What am I doing in my life? So this morning I said, okay, in the spirit of what am I doing in my life, I know there's a bonnet on my head. It's not like I forgot. Please leave it like that. Don't even come and tell me, there's a bonnet on your head. Why did you leave a bonnet on your head? Don't be unfortunate. I beg in the name of God. Anyway, so this morning I was like, okay, what do I want to talk about? Because I'm supposed to post a video today, and I was like quite conflicted as to what to actually post about. And to be honest, the recipe I was trying to make, I haven't actually finalized it. So I haven't made it. I haven't finalized the recipe, so I haven't actually gotten around to making it. So I said, let me come and chat with you all. And today's chat, I don't know if you know that I have a podcast. You probably like the other videos, not really videos, more like, yeah, there are videos here on this channel about the Talking in Circles podcast. So please go and watch it in case you haven't actually watched it. But if you don't need to watch it, technically you can just listen to it, because to be very honest, it's not as if I was there and I was in the video or anything. But it's definitely informative and you should definitely go watch it. So just in case you're seeing me now, go down to like previous videos on my channel and watch, because there are a lot of videos about finance, personal finance, and my journey so far in terms of personal finance. Now, that said, because like I said, Hilda Bassi has inspired us, because now I feel like somebody that has not achieved anything in my life. So, based on that, I said, let me come and do content creator with you all. Yes, let me come and do content creator. So, and I was like, okay, what do I want to come and tell people? And I said, okay, based on Talking in Circles podcast and personal finance person, I said, okay, let me come and tell people that, you know, the kind of people that you borrow money. I'm not joking, no. You know the kind of people that you're borrowing money. Like, that people say borrow money, but in actual fact, when you give money to someone with the intention that the person will return the money, it's actually lent. That's one. As per, I studied English, so I have to show myself. So that's lending money to someone. The act when you borrow, like you that you're on the receiving end of that money, it's actually borrowing. Do you get? So lending is to the person who is giving you the money, and then borrowing is to the person who is collecting the money, basically the person on the receiving end. So that said, the other thing I wanted to say was like, there are actually 3 kinds of people you should, like, before you lend money to someone, I feel like we should actually have like a profile of the person. So there's some people that you know that integrity is not their watchword. So they could very well tell you, oh yes, if they tell you it's Tuesday, you might need to go out, check your calendar, or even stay inside your house and check your calendar to be sure that Tuesday is actually Tuesday. It's not by story. So people, for you to lend money to someone, we should be very, very aware of their integrity. Yes, it's very important, because don't go and lend money to somebody that integrity is not a watchword, to say the least. I don't want to use words that are not nice, but people that their words are their bonds, or if at all, if you're going into like, if you want to be legalistic about it, then they should sign a document or sign something in effect that shows that yes, you've lent them the money. Because some people haven't gone as far as saying that is it me that you borrowed money? It cannot be me. I never you did not lend any money to me. Wow, dears, wow. So that's first kind of character profile that you should do with anybody who you intend to lend money to. Understand, be sure that of the person's integrity. The other bit is, what is the person's earning power right now? I know a lot of people might say, oh, okay, most Nigerians, they don't necessarily do the thing where it is what they earn that they use, that you use within the month or within the year, or they don't necessarily. What was I saying? So yeah, there are a lot of Nigerians that don't really live based off of what they earn. So they usually rely on gifts or support from family, and that's not a bad thing. I mean, if you don't have a job and you can't earn, although I will not go into that conversation as to why you can't at this time, but let's say you are in that position where you cannot earn a living at this moment, and then you now go and ask somebody to lend you money. What is the color of your problem? Just tell me. What is really the color of your problem? I need to understand, because some Nigerians, the second group or category of people who you should not, if you're doing a character profile in terms of, someone asked you to lend money, it's to avoid people that they're asking you for 500k, and you know very well within your soul, and they themselves, they know that what they can afford is 100k. So when they now ask you for the 500k, who are they expecting to pay the money back? Who? No, I just want you, when you think about it, you know that this is not the person you want to lend money to. Then 3, because there's that, there are people that are actually trustworthy. But the thing is, for anybody that you're lending money to, it's better that whatever you're lending money, or whatever sum you're lending to the person, it's a sum that you can go away with, you can part ways with. Basically, let's say you can afford to dash someone 30k, not willingly, but at least if you dash 30k, your body will not be paining you. It will not affect your own plans, your financial plans, or your overhead goals for the year. And then, of course, at the end of the day, money is always important. So it doesn't really matter if it's 5 naira or 10 naira context, but sometimes the 5 naira can also come in handy. Those kind of things. So, but for the third category of people are people who might not seem like they are trustworthy, but they are willing to actually show up. So while sometimes we just, because other people have failed us, so it's oh, God forbid, I will never lend money out to anybody again. But sometimes we chance upon people who are willing to actually return the money. My friend was telling me of someone who lent him, or who he lent 200, no, I think 2k, something as little as 2k. And some people might see it as inconsequential, as, oh, this money you can dash out. But then he lent the person 2k, at least by lent, it's oh, the person actually said, oh, please, could you lend me 2k? I'll give you back. And the person did not say, oh, because it's 2k, I'm not going to return it. The person actually returned it. And the Bible says that he that is faithful in little, complete it. Yeah. So those kind of things, those are the kind of people that you should probably lend money to. if you want to lend money. But again, like I said, it's a character profile thing. Know the kind of people that you are lending to, know if they can afford to return the loan, and then also consider that money, the sum you're lending to them, is an amount. Make sure it's money that you can part ways with, and understand that the person can actually pay back. I'm not saying, before you say you're lending money to somebody, you just be like, okay, how much are you earning? But then it's a valid question that you should consider asking. It might seem intrusive because a lot of people are not so transparent. There's a lot of talk about salary transparency, but in actual fact, I'm not sure that there's actually that thing called salary transparency. So, but it's a conversation that you should have with someone in terms of, because even if you're collecting loan from a bank or a financial institution, they will check how much you earn to be sure that you can actually afford the loan. And I'm not even talking about all those financial institutions, quote and unquote, that probably in one way or the other would lend you money and they'll now start emailing, or there is that messaging all the people that are in your contact list. That conversation is for another day on another podcast. And I'm not even sure why I did this podcast like this, but it's not a podcast, so I don't know what it is. The point is, Hilda Baci got me thinking that I should do more with my life. So I'm here. So, and I don't know what I'm going to talk about the next time. I hopefully the next video, by next week, God willing, I would have probably perfected the recipe I have in mind, and I'll probably come to you with a smoothie recipe. I haven't really decided, but hopefully I would come to you with something like that. And till I come your way another time, please try to avoid bad loans, because to be honest, there's nothing. Maybe one day I'll come here and tell you the story of me lending money to someone in school and how that thing almost wrecks me emotionally, spiritually, everything. So I hope I've passed the message across and spread the good news. Don't lend to people that their character profiles do not fit into someone who has integrity, someone who is willing to actually make the payment at the time they're supposed to make the payment. Don't lend to somebody that you know that the person cannot even afford squats, and then you're going to go and tell the person to do long jump. Have the fear of God. So till I come here another time, hopefully I won't be in my bonnet, but if I am, well, accept me that way. And thank you again for listening, and congratulations to Hilda Baci. She's done us proud. I'm really proud to be a Nigerian. I haven't really felt that proud about being Nigerian in a very long time this year. Actually, all of this year I haven't, but it's good to actually feel that pride that, someone who's Nigerian is doing exceptionally well. So big ups to her. Peace. And I forgot to say this, please subscribe to my channel. I'm begging you. Are you seeing? I'm actually begging you right now. Please subscribe to my channel. I beg you. Peace from Richards.